Hi guys. A lot of you may have noticed that I haven't been making content lately. That's what these two little hearts are for. I chose them specifically because I needed a little bravery, to be honest. The reason I haven't been making content is because I needed time to recover. I am very much a self-love coach, someone who practices what she preaches, someone who is absolutely not a phony. I am who I am. And quite honestly, I got into a relationship where initially it started off really well. And maybe 98% of the time it was good. And probably that's why I kept excusing the behavior that I was dealing with. Kept excusing it, kept excusing it, kept excusing it, kept excusing it, because, my standards are high. If they had been low from the beginning, I wouldn't have gotten fooled. Point blank, it just wouldn't have happened. Sorry, I'm not the one, okay? And because they're so high, as a result, I kind of let the bad things slide. And I didn't notice that I was dealing with an addict. I didn't notice that I was dealing with someone who was having substance abuse problems, who would sort of feel like gaslighting in a way. Because when you're on these substances, you think that you've done nothing wrong. You don't even remember half the time. And then, and then you feel like, what? Wait, what happened? And it took me a long time to recover from it. I didn't realize that's what I was going through, but it is exactly what I was going through. It was really difficult to come back from because I'm not the type of person that would fall for this. And yes, I know it can happen to anybody, and yet it doesn't happen to me. All right? I was raised for it not to be that way. But I started reaching my breaking point after certain things. Like I said, 98% of the time good. But it was the 2% of the time that it was bad. It was really bad. So something that I'll never forget, for example, was a friend of mine painted something, and it was very dear to me. She's very good as an artist. It was a painting of a like a Cinderella-like character. And it was such a cute little painting where she was wearing a sort of translucent light gown and you could see her bum. It was kind of cute. And she had curly hair, and I just identified with the painting right away, and it meant the world to me. And he ripped it to shreds just to show his dominance. I was so angry, and I am trained not to return evil with evil, but I was pissed. It was my breaking point. It started, the straw that breaks the camel's back. And there were other times. One time, he tried to tell me to sleep on the floor and tried to tell me to get off my own bed. I know it was the drugs and I know it was the alcohol talking, and I laughed at it, but it was the audacity of the situation in my own home that I actually tolerated. And yes, I called him on it, and yes, he owned it later, but things like this are completely unacceptable. And if you're wondering why I ended up in Australia, why I just picked up and left, why I started over, and why I've been so quiet, it was to recover from this. I'm recovering. I am recovering from trauma that I went through, severe trauma. And so I isolated, and it took time to heal, but I realized that my nervous system was completely dysregulated as a result of these little things sort of stacking themselves upon each other over and over and over and over again. And so that's why I haven't been on camera, because the part of me that felt like a fraud had really taken a toll. Because I'm not. I clearly picked up, left everything, and didn't give a fuck. Because I had reached my limit. I knew I deserved better, My standards are way too high to put up with less. But as a result, I had to recoup and take that time. So this is me showing you my humanity. This is me explaining why I've been away for so long. This is me saying that I am in a lot better of a situation. I am feeling much better. But I went through it, and like everyone else, I deal with it my way, and then I do my best to serve others. So this is my first piece of content. I think I'm going to wear these little hearts for a while just to continue to give myself bravery and to continue to send you guys love. And I'm going to go from here. I'm going to start doing what I do best, helping you guys understand the law, helping you guys overcome things, making sure you guys don't settle for less. And, remember that love isn't about ego, it's about understanding the mirror before you. And it took me a long time to forgive the situation that I was in. It took me a long time to understand it. It took me a long time to get past it. But my inner resentment would only bring back that negative energy and keep me in a loop. And that's not who I am. I'm someone who takes the darkest things, turns them into wisdom, and then teaches people from what I've learned so that they can avoid these pitfalls themselves. It's what I do best. It's who I am. And I'm ready to do that for you guys. So I know it must be really late where you guys are. It's only about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon here in Australia, but I'm sure it's very late wherever you guys may be, east, west, or what have you. But I thank you for tuning in. I promise you that I have more content coming, and that I'm back, and that I love you guys more than you'll ever know, and that I appreciate the support. I appreciate you sticking by me, and let's see where we go from here. But today is my first day of breaking my silence, and thank you for listening. Love you guys.